psychology can help me to provide methodology framework that I needed. Okay, as you can see, I use this in my study. For example, moves can be categorized into those that open, sustain the conversation. Sustaining move either continue or react to what is being said in the speech. Okay, so I will show you a brief extract, about the opening scene. This is the very beginning of the scene of the first dialogue between them. Okay, so use this to help me to analyze the turns as well. So before I show you, just want to quickly explain that they're both sitting at a table, as you can see, and they're just having a conversation about what happened early and what is going to happen. So what am I going to do with you? Okay.
What am I supposed to do with you, Professor?
Why are you supposed to do anything?
Well, like I said, this ain't none of my doing. When I left out here going to work this morning, you wasn't no part of my plans, but here you is.
Doesn't mean anything. Everything that happened doesn't mean something else.
All right, so like I said, that was the opening scene. So Black started off with an open WH interrogative. What am I supposed to do with you, Professor? And then White cancels eruptively the question with a dismissive rejoinder by saying, why are you supposed to do anything? All right, so basically the transition between them, one is carrying on the conversation, one is not. So basically we can see that Black is the one carrying on the conversation, but White is not. All right, at the same time, I also did some opening scene speech function between Black and White. As you can see from the chart, it shows that Black's move in the opening scene is the one continuating the exchange by asking questions. So this is the question part. As you can see, Black is the one asking question in order to move the conversation forward. But White is more confrontational. No, so it's trying to stop or break off the conversation. Okay, so as you can see, I also mapped up the sequence by using their speech function in order to show the progression throughout the turn cycles. Okay, so for my study, I selected 6 scenes from the movies, but for today, I will only focus on the last 2 scenes because they are the monologues of the whole movie. Okay, we also have another monologue, which is this one, number 3. It's Black telling White a jailhouse story, but I want to focus on the last 2 only. All right, so the aim of my study. So the aim of the study is to discover what my PhD supervisor, Professor David Butt, what he refers to the existential fabric. So what is the existential fabric? He mentioned that it is to roll them through the consistency, to use speech functions either to support or challenging, even resisting continuation of the dialogue. So my aim is to discover the habitual pattern of grammatical choice into a non-habitual consistency, meaning the automatic. And at the same time, Hassan mentioned in her paper in 1985 that it is the automatic against which the artists choose to de-automatize in order to highlight what Hassan mentioned in their hypothesis about some aspect of life and social man. All right, so dialogue as discourse. As I mentioned that there are 2 characters. So basically, they are reflecting the competition to tension between the 2 characters. It is not just about life. Also, they have 2 different agendas. So Black does not want White to leave because it may have a possibility of him trying to kill himself again. White, on the other hand, desperately wants to get rid of this so-called angel in his life. So White is more confidential and Black just simply want to keep the conversation going. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly move on to number 6 is de-automatizing against the automatic. Okay, so Eggins and Slade mentioned that against the background, we see that there are chat-like exchanges, chat-like. However, at the same time, there's also chunk-like segments in which one dominates. So I'm going to be analyzing the 2. Okay, white lectures. Okay, so before I show you the extract, just wanted to have a quick, brief explanation. So the first instance in the 5th selected scenes, we can see that he is the one dominating the conversation now. As I mentioned before, he's the one not saying much, but now it's his turn. Okay, so basically he is going to be lecturing Black. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. Before I show you, I also want to point out that White uses a lot of second person pronoun you, and he used at least 13 times to address Black. So basically it's like a lecturer trying to scold the pupil, okay? So giving more of us like he want to use you to address Black.
I don't believe in God. Can you understand that? Look around you, man. Can't you see? The clamor and din of those in torment has to be the sound most pleasing to his ear. And I loathe these discussions. The argument of the village atheist whose single passion is to revile endlessly that which he denies the existence of in the first place. Your fellowship is a fellowship of pain and nothing more. And if that pain were collective instead of merely reiterative, the sheer weight of it would drag the world from the walls of the universe and send it crashing and burning down through whatever night it might yet be capable of engendering until it was not even ash. And brotherhood, justice, eternal life. Good God, man. Show me a religion that prepares one for nothingness, for death. That's a church I might enter. Yours prepares one only for more life, for dreams, illusions, lies. Banish the fear of death from men's hearts, they wouldn't live a day. Who would want this nightmare but for fear of the next? The shadow of the axe hangs over every joy. Every road ends in death, every friendship, every love. Torment, loss, betrayal, pain, suffering, age, indignity, hideous, lingering illness. And all of it with a single conclusion. For you, everyone, and everything you have ever chosen to care for. That is the true brotherhood, the true fellowship, and everybody is a member for life. You tell me that my brother is my salvation. Well, then, damn him.
Damn him in every shape and guise and form. Do I see myself in him? Yes, I do. And what I see sickens me. You understand me? Can you understand me?
All right, so that was the short clip from White's lecture. So as you can see from the short clip, you can see how White is the one dominating the conversation by giving a monologue. You can see he's also going around circles around him, like using verbal to hit him like in a ring. Okay, so like just like verbally punching Black in the face. Okay, so like ebb and flow, accompanied also by the music score, hopefully understand the rhythm and wave upon pounding the beating shoreline. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly go to the Black monologue. I'm not going to show the clip because I don't have enough time, but I just wanted to mention, spoiler alert, White does leave the room, okay, because he just couldn't handle it, so he just left. So now Black is the one in focus because there's only one character left. So, but the play still keeps going. So Black now is praying. He's praying to God, asking why you did not give me the words. So he says that if you wanted me to help him, how come you didn't give me the words? You gave them to him. What about me? So the question now is, has White really given an unfair advantage in this competition between himself and Black? Okay, so I'm not going to show you the clip because I don't have enough time. So here Black is just complaining to God by looking up asking why you did not give me the mentioned that actually this play kind of like playing chess. Okay, so whoever stays in the room, there's no loser because you're still continuing on the conversation. But white, it says, how long do you think I might have to stay here before I could leave without losing? Okay, mentioning losing. Black replies, I guess the best way to put it might be that you have to stay until you didn't want to leave. Okay, so like playing chess. One right left. So black's the winner. However, black also complains that why you didn't give me the words. Okay, so now here comes the question. Isn't this the whole point of McCarthy's work is to draw a that point is Tommy Lee Jones actually replied and said that I don't think there is a message. The idea seems to be is to make the biggest idea in history of the world entertaining and immediate. It would seem therefore that the question become far more intriguing than the answer. Okay, so I'm going to skip this, but you may ask me, how would this help in classroom setting as well? By using Eggins and Slade's speech function ontology, actually students can learn how to keep a conversation going, how to start a conversation, a discussion, and etc. So Eggins and Slade's speech function ontology is actually a very useful way for students to learn how to continue a conversation, how to dismiss a conversation, and etc. So basically, keeping a conversation going. That's my whole point. And lastly, at least both of them live to see another sunrise. Okay, and even though I didn't attempt to discover how it was fully captured, but that's just our linguist way, we have to try. So that's my way of trying. And at least I can quote T.S. Eliot is for us, there's only one that the trying, the rest is our own business. Okay, so again, thank you for having me. Sorry about overrunning the talk. Okay, so thank you for your attention and time.
Thank you, Carol. Actually, we will have a few minutes for discussions after our presentation. So we'll leave the questions to the very last. So the final presentation will be led by Kimberly, who is going to talk about the inclusive stories, inclusive spaces, assessing the impact of transgender storytelling workshops on students' empathetic attitudes in Hong Kong. So Kimberly will start first, and then I will add on something that I like doing, which is linguistics.